Hi, my name is Ariellah. I am the founder of a vegan and gluten-free ice cream company called Aydee's Ice Cream. I've been a vegan my whole life, practically. So growing up, I was always forced to be creative with my food. I couldn't just go to the supermarket and pick up something like a cake because back then it didn't exist. So I've always had to sort of make my own version of things. And I think recently veganism is really popular now, but going beyond veganism, allergies is really important too. So my product sort of started off as vegan, but now it's sort of allergen friendly, gluten free, and I sort of cater to that audience as well. I know what it feels like to not have or not to be able to have something. So when you're at a party and there's cake and you can't have a slice because it's not vegan, or it's got sort of certain allergens in it. I know that feeling of missing out, and I want to just bring something to the world essentially, which allows people who have missed out to enjoy as well, and something that also tastes amazing. Like, not to toot my own horn, but some of my flavors, they speak for themselves, I think, and it's just nice for everyone to be able to enjoy it, essentially. My business journey started by accident, to be honest. It was lockdown, I was bored, I was hungry, I was craving ice cream. And I just decided to try out a recipe that I had, and I loved it. It was a pina colada one. I think I've told everyone this story, but that's my favorite cocktail. And it just came out amazing. And then I started trying vanilla, strawberry, started selling to family and friends. And then a lady approached me asking me to sell in her shop. So that was a pivotal moment where I decided to start my business journey. This was during lockdown, actually. I was in the New Cross area looking for dessert, stumbled across Crumble Mania on Deliveroo, I think it was, or Uber Eats. And I was like, oh my God, a vegan crumble place. I was like, oh my God. And it opened at 6. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait till 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock came and went and it wasn't open. So I went hunted down this lady's phone number, and I was on I think I had a food page, Instagram at the time. So I tagged her in it on a post, and I was like, waiting for my apple crumble. At the time, she seemed like another small business owner. So I guess maybe I felt like I could relate to her a bit, and I felt confident enough to sort of approach her. Maybe I just did it without thinking, and maybe that's where we have our most confident moments, when we do things without overthinking them. And then when we overthink, that's when we, doubt ourselves a bit. I called her up and I was like, oh, you're not open today? And she's like, no, I'm not open. I was like, oh, okay, I wanted some apple crumble. And she was like, oh, are you the lady who tagged me on Instagram? I was like, yeah, that was me. She's like, oh, I see you do food. She's like, do you do anything else? And I was like, oh, I actually just started selling ice cream, just casually. She's like, oh, well, I was actually looking for someone to supply me some ice cream. So can you bring some samples? And I was like, okay, sure. So a few weeks later, I brought some samples and she loved that. Her reaction, I should have filmed her reaction. She loved them. And she was like, yeah, I want this in my shop. It's brought a lot of other opportunities as well. And it's also allowed me to expand, because she herself is a small business, but she now has 3 branches, which my products are also sold in. So as she grows, it's sort of like I grow as well. It was inspiring as well, because at the time she was at home and she was operating from home, but now she has 3 shops. So just seeing her do what she's doing, she inspires me. I know it sounds very cliche, but networking has really, really, really helped me, because it's difficult when you're the only person amongst your friendship group who's starting a business. So it's difficult to find people who you can bounce ideas off, who you can sort of go to when you have a question about, I don't know, accounting or your website. But networking really puts you in that space of like-minded people. There's a particular networking group that I went to basically every session last year, except for when I was on holiday. And I was just in a room full of women who were just aspirational, who all had a business idea. It didn't matter how big or how small, and they were all working towards building their business. And we would all bounce ideas off each other, all talk about have those uncomfortable conversations about finances, about, balancing family life. Some of the women were mothers and wives. And it was just really a space that encouraged me to grow. And we also talked about building confidence as well, because when I first went in there, I was the only person with an ice cream business. I was the only vegan in the room. I was the only a lot of things. But I learned very quickly that it doesn't really matter what your business is, but it's the space, like the fact that you have a business. That's what like we all bonded over, and that really, really helped me. I think that was really important because there's times when you want to give up as well. I've had many times and I've just been like, I can't bother with this no more. But yeah, they help you to keep going. Having a business and working full time is really difficult. But I think I found my rhythm now. So my mornings usually start around like 6 a.m., especially in the summertime. And I just have to get up and start my day early. Yeah, I think that's the only way around it. You just have to get up early, give up that sleep, and just get it done. But it is challenging, especially like on weekends, because I work weekends as well, delivering, doing events, making the ice cream. So it is difficult, but I know that in the winter time and in the colder months, I have a bit more time for myself. So I just sort of grind in the summer and just get it done. There was one recent moment where I had to pivot in my business. I actually attended a gelato university course. I didn't know it existed, but yes, there's a place where that's dedicated to studying ice cream and the composition and yeah, the science behind ice cream. So I went earlier this year and I did one of the courses, and I realized that my ice cream was not the right composition, even though it tasted like amazing. But some flavors, I had sort of texture issues. I was like, okay, this flavor's really soft. This flavor's a bit too firm. How can I like fix those little things? I had to essentially go back to the drawing board with almost all of my flavors. And now they are like a million times better. So I'm really happy that I had that pivotal moment because my flavors are even better now. And I understand how to make new flavors, because before I was like, oh, how do you make this? I get it now. And so I can do any flavor now. I think building my confidence was the hardest thing. I had to put myself out there and receive feedback in a welcoming way, because I think when we all get criticism, we all sort of, we may not take it the best way, but I just had to be open and take the feedback and apply some of the feedback to my product. And just also, I think what helped build my confidence was my family as well, because they will tell me straight if it's not nice. They will be honest with me. Like I did a chocolate ice cream the other day. For the first time I tried it, my sister was like, this tastes like cardboard. She was like, do not sell this. I was like, okay, right. So I was like, I'll try again later. I'll take it on the chin and I'll keep moving, and I just get better at it and keep going. I became really confident when I started to do outdoor events, and people would say, oh my gosh, this is delicious, or they would give me feedback there and then, or they would come back the next time I did an event and they would sort of, keep a track of what I'm doing on social media, and that was really like confidence boosting. I really want to get into weddings, corporate events, birthday parties, christenings, indoor, outdoor events. I really want to conquer that sort of market and that space. And as I expand, I want to eventually get into more stores, and then hopefully one day be the next Ben & Jerry's. The goal would be to give up my 9 to 5, because I do enjoy my job, but I enjoy food even more. That's my passion. I'm open to working with people, collaborating. So yeah, people can contact me on Instagram via message or an email or through my website. I would be more than open to working with investors or even mentors and things like that. So I would love to learn from someone who knows more than me. If this is the first time you're hearing about my business, check out my Instagram, have a look and see what I'm doing, because I feel like I'm doing a really good thing, and share it with people who who may be vegan or may have allergies. Tell a friend, repost on your stories. Those small things can really magnify someone's presence. So I think that would be the biggest thing that would help me along my journey. If you're free, come to an event, you can have a free sample. I give out samples before you buy. So, try it, and yeah, hopefully I'm pretty sure you will like it.